Before the rise of organized religion, before dogma divided humanity, there was a knowledge, a knowing, passed down through the mystery schools of the ancient world. It was called gnosis, the inner realization that the divine is not something distant or external, but something that lives within you. And beneath your feet, there is Gaia, the living intelligence of the earth, not a rock in space, but a conscious being. Together, Gnosis and Gaia form two halves of a sacred truth, the union of heaven and earth, mind and matter, spirit and nature. The term Gnostic comes from the Greek word gnosis, meaning to know through direct experience. Gnostics were seekers of truth who lived during the early centuries after Christ. Mystics, philosophers, and spiritual rebels. They taught that salvation does not come from believing in an external savior, but from awakening the divine spark that already exists within each of us. To them, God was not a being sitting on a throne. God was the source, pure consciousness, the eternal light beyond form, and from that source emanated countless divine beings, known as aeons, who created and shaped the cosmos. One of these aeons was Sophia, the embodiment of divine wisdom. In her desire to know the source more deeply, she projected herself outward, and in that act of creation, she fell into the material world. This descent became known as the Fall of Sophia. But this was no mistake. It was the beginning of life as we know it. Her essence became the earth itself, the living body we now call Gaia. Gaia is not just soil and stone. She is Sophia incarnate. Every river, every forest, every creature is her expression. We walk upon her body. We breathe her breath. We are her children, made from her consciousness. But the Gnostics also spoke of a distortion that entered Sophia's dream. From her fall emerged a false creator, a blind, arrogant entity called the Demiurge. He believed himself to be the only god, unaware that he was merely a fragment of a greater whole. From him came the archons, inorganic forces that shape illusion and control through fear, materialism, and ignorance. The Gnostics taught that these archons influence human thought, not as physical beings, but as frequencies of deception. They thrive when we forget who we are, when we chase power, greed, and external validation, when we disconnect from Gaia, from nature, from our divine spark. Yet within humanity lies something extraordinary, a fragment of Sophia's original light. That divine spark is what makes us conscious, creative, and capable of awakening beyond the illusion. The Gnostics believed that humanity's purpose is not to escape the world, but to redeem it, to bring awareness back into matter and restore balance to Sophia's dream. When you awaken Gnosis, you become a conscious participant in the cosmic healing process. Every act of kindness, awareness, and connection to nature restores harmony to Gaia's living network. Modern science often views Earth as an object, a planet orbiting the sun. But ancient mystics, shamans, and Gnostics knew the truth long before satellites confirmed it. They saw Earth as a living organism. Gaia breathes, evolves, and communicates through energy, through vibration, through intuition. She feels everything we do, the pain of pollution, the frequency of our emotions, the joy of love and gratitude. When humanity lives in harmony with Gaia, the planet flourishes. When we separate from her, the natural world mirrors our spiritual disconnection, imbalance, chaos, decay. Gaia is not our resource. She is our mother consciousness. To live Gnostically is to live awake. It means questioning everything that keeps you asleep: religion, media, fear, systems of control. It means turning inward to find truth, rather than looking outward for authority. It means cleansing your body, mind, and energy so that your inner light, your gnosis, can shine through. Spend time in nature. Listen to Gaia. Breathe with her. When you meditate, you align your frequency with the divine intelligence of both Source and Earth. Many ancient prophecies and modern intuitive visions speak of a time when Sophia would reawaken through humanity. That time is now. Her dream is healing. The artificial matrix is cracking. People across the world are remembering who they are, not as consumers or followers, but as living sparks of divine creation. Every act of awareness dissolves an archon. Every awakening strengthens Gaia's field. Every moment of gnosis expands the collective light. The path of gnosis is the path of remembrance, and Gaia is the classroom, the temple, and the teacher. We are not separate from her. We are her eyes, her voice, her consciousness experiencing itself through human form. To awaken gnosis is to remember that you are the bridge between the infinite source and the living earth. You are the child of stars and soil, and your purpose is simple: to awaken, to love, and to restore harmony to the dream of Sophia.